Hello, food pharmacy families. My name is Shannon, and I'm a registered diet technician and chef from Balanced Nutrition. I've been teaching cooking and nutrition for over 15 years. And today we will hopefully learn a bit about knife skills with our good friend, the onion. So here we have our medallion onion. And whenever I cut anything, there's two things that are super important to me. Number one is that I have a sharp knife. And number two is that I'm paying attention. In other words, I'm always looking at what I'm doing. The reason it's important to have a sharp knife is because when you're cutting it, it's a clean cut. And what that means is just that things don't like run away from you. So you're not like fumbling around trying to catch things. It's a clean cut through, so you don't have to go back over it, which just kind of increases your chances of cutting yourself. With an onion and with any vegetable, fruit, whatever, another key component is a flat base. Flat bases are crucial because, again, it makes it easier to cut the product. So all onions have a base, which is this part on the bottom. Generally, what I do is cut right in half, straight through, like that. And then I have a flat base, okay? And I'll always flip it over like this. And I will cut off a bit of the top because usually it just makes it more even. So all of these skins, these layers, they have, there's like a cellophane kind of thing in between them. And sometimes they can get really slippery. So I always peel off this part here and make sure that it's not like super slippery, because again, that makes the knife kind of not slide nicely. It doesn't really matter if it's like perfect, like you don't have to save all of the little string things here. It can be not perfect, but you want it to be like not have this piece. This is like the cellophane piece that can be slippery, okay? All right, so now I made a little bit of a mess, kind of clean that up. Normally I wouldn't, but this is for like real people, so I'll do it. Okay. And you can see there's a little bit of dirt. We just brush that away. So with this half, what we'll do is I'll show you how I slice it. And with this half, what I'll do is show you how I dice it. Or I can maybe do a little bit of both. But basically for slicing, you're going to cut off the top and you're also going to cut off the bottom. So now you have a flat base and it's all even and ready to go. Again, with knives, or with knives, I never told you this, you're going to push forward, okay? You're always going to push away from your body. If you're pushing towards your body, you again have a better chance of actually hitting your body. So whenever I cut things, I have like a kitty paw. I don't know if you have cats, but they have no opposable thumb. So I take my thumb and I put it underneath my other four fingers, and that's to keep my hand steady and also to prevent my thumb from sticking out so I don't cut it. And we're going to push forward and cut nice, even slices. These are slices that you would use if you're going to make caramelized onions. Perhaps if you wanted to add to the top of a burger, anything like that, you would make slices like this, and they can be on the thinner side. Okay, so you can see that this would be a nice thin sort of julienne slice. And we'll just kind of clean this up here and scoot it over. On this side, we'll show you how to dice it. Onions, they will make you cry a lot. So over the years working in restaurants, one of the key things I can tell you I've learned is that refrigerating them actually does help. You can refrigerate them for a half an hour before you're going to cut them, and it will help prevent your crying. The sharp knife really does come into play again here, because if you're slicing something, and what happens is with onions, it's actually sulfuric compounds that make you cry. So if you're cutting it evenly and clean, they don't spray as much. And I know we've all seen people with like goggles on and all sorts of crazy contraptions, but legitimately a sharp knife and a little bit of refrigeration will help you out. If I'm going to dice something, it is almost the same setup. I cut off the top, but I leave the base on. The reason for that is that it holds it together so that things aren't like running away on me. You would think these onions wouldn't want to run away, but they do. So we're going to make nice even slices throughout the top of them here. And again, keep your fingers set like a kitty paw, put your thumb behind them, cut down. And if it gets too close to your hand, don't be afraid to flip it around. There's no reason you can't. To put your hands on the other side. Okay. And then we'll take this is your lines, and we're going to go forward again for a nice dice. Depending on how big or how small you want them, you can mince this down. If you're actually going to want something super fine, I might recommend even like a food processor, because that will definitely prevent you from crying. But this is a very nice dice that you could use in a soup base, in a sauce base, anything like that. If you're going to make like ground turkey, burgers, or and the standard mirepoix for like a soup, then this would be what you would utilize. I hope this video helped you all learn a little bit more about how you can cut onions. And remember, the big thing with it is just to watch what you're doing and take your time. There's no rules, there's no right or wrong, so long as you're safe and taking care of what you need to do and yourself. Food Pharmacy families, thank you again for joining us today. I hope we provided some useful tips and that you will join us again. Remember, if you have any nutrition questions, to please consult your medical team at Christiana. And I sincerely hope that you can join us again and again for more cooking fun.